Hello and welcome back to my YouTube channel and my Starfield playthrough. Today we're going to be heading back to New Atlantis to talk to Captain Tuala and then heading to Mars to look for Percival.
Pressure holding. Takeoff looks good.
Orbital pattern locked. Easy.
Whoops, I hit tab a few too many times. These last couple episodes, it's been like back and forth to New Atlantis here.
You are entering United
still in one
Colonies
piece.
space. Please maintain course and prepare to be scanned. Scan complete. You are clear to land.
We also can go talk to the people at the Freestar Embassy for that representative as well.
Hard to underscore the impressive architecture of New Atlantis, right? I've been here hundreds of times, and it never ceases to amaze me.
It's definitely something, that's for sure. Honestly, this whole game is beautiful, though.
We can stop to pay respects, if you'd like. We've come a long way since the war. It's astonishing.
The guards will check you at the elevators. Try not to make a fuss. Welcome to the Freestar Embassy. Is there something I can help you with? Typical UC security. They try to bully us every chance they get and still manage to play the victim. I'll get this squared away with the folks down at the spaceport. Thanks for letting us know.
Alright, check that off the to-do list. Now we can head over and talk to Captain Tuala.
On the way, Captain. Sergeant Ewing was looking for you. Sounds like he's got more work.
Oh, that's good to know.
They drive a pretty hard bargain for new recruits. I certainly couldn't say no.
Look who's back. All set with that probationary mission? We can do your debrief and formally welcome you into the Vanguard whenever you're ready. A terror? What? How did you walk away with the terramorph tissue sample running comms repairs? What happened to the settlers?
Bad things.
You killed a terramorph on your first mission. If I could be frank for a moment, above and beyond doesn't really begin to describe it now, does it? Earned yourself some serious hazard pay on this one. But, if none of the settlers made it, who's got you delivering the sample? A researcher. Let me see that. Sanan. I know that name. Let me check the database. Huh. A lot of this data's been classified. Here we go. Service record. Wow. That's a lot of commendations. Seems like she served with distinction as co-head of a UC Xenoweapons division. Faced tribunal at the end of the Colony War and was dismissed from duty. Guess that's why I'd heard the name before. If she's former Xeno warfare, though, well, we can at least be sure she knows her aliens. I'm sure she doesn't list it at the top of her resume. But considering her service record and her area of expertise, I'm not seeing a reason to think this request is anything other than genuine. Did your survivor, Hadrian, did she mention why she thinks this sample's so special? I see. This has been one of the more surprising debriefs I've ever been a part of. I did actually have another mission lined up for you, supporting UC system defense against the Crimson Fleet. But now I guess you have two options on how to proceed. Head to the UC Vigilance and help out SysDef, or deliver that sample. I'll make sure you've got the proper clearances for either path. Consider these your first official orders. And here, so everyone knows you're working with the Vanguard. Welcome to the Navy, Captain. Vanguard's also got some custom ship modifications. You'll be cleared for access to them next time you're down at the spaceport. Talk to ship services. Now, if there wasn't anything else, I suggest you move out.
Oh yes, level ups. Let's finally spend these. Definitely rank up commerce as fast as we can there. We should unlock stealth as well. Just because it's a whole skill that we can't use until we unlock it. So yeah, let's head to Mars. And we'll see how things play out as far as if we do the Crimson Fleet. Because I almost wouldn't mind doing that questline twice. Like, do it once, staying loyal to the Vanguard, and then one of the other New Game Pluses, we can do it switching sides to the Crimson Fleet. That's honestly one of the best parts of the New Game Plus in this game, in my opinion, is that while advancing the main storyline more through the New Game Pluses, you can replay some of the side quest lines and kind of make some of the decisions that you wouldn't normally make, because when it's your third or fourth time through, why not do things a little differently when you've already done all your normal decisions?
All the time. Mast finally sent someone down there, but nothing's changed.
Take me to the stars, Captain.
Can I help?
All right, off to Mars we go. Back to the good old solar system. Or sol systems. They're all technically solar systems.
Maintain course and prepare to be scanned. You're cleared to land. Enjoy your stay in Sidonia.
Oh yeah, sandstorm.
Living in the ground or caves has been a classic human species branched off.
Well, if it ain't broke, you know.
Found a clutch of heat leeches, breeding in the utility section the other day. Not going to be able to get that image out of my head.
Yuck.
Sidonia may be rough around the edges, but it is utterly monumental for humanity.
Invoices can be collected from the... Oh. Not here for a delivery, are you?
Worked. Past tense. Dr. Walker hasn't been employed here for some time now. A shame, too. We had such high hopes for Percival. I brought him on myself to do medical and biological consulting around the city. Not the sort of work the Trade Authority traditionally does. But we thought it had the potential to become a whole new type of revenue stream for our branch. I invested no small amount of personal capital into the endeavor. But then he decided to run off after a discipline issue. I presume the miners have him hidden somewhere. Plenty of cracks on this old rock. But at this point, it's probably for the best. That's correct. We're no longer interested in Dr. Walker's services. He did leave his post, however, with a sizable debt to his name. If you were to find him and get him to pay, the Trade Authority would be most grateful for it.
And you need fabulous interplanetary explorers to get this guy to pay his bills, huh? There's a little thing people invented called the legal process. If the debt is legitimate, then you should have no problem seeking restitution.
Pity. Perhaps a little advance on my part might pique your interest. Visit the Sixth Circle, a bar on the lowest level of the city. If someone in Sidonia knows where Percival is, you'll find them there.
A reminder that Bring Your Child to Work Day is not an officially sanctioned holiday, and that it is not advised to allow children into potentially dangerous workplaces. Keep our children safe. Keep them out of harm's way. Thank you from the Sidonia Department of Labor.
Broken Spear's upstairs. Go drown yourself there. This bar's for devil's vets and their kin. Doc Walker? You're barking up the wrong...
Andy. You. Why don't you come here and tell me what some Vanguard captain wants with Walker? Stray topsider wanders into my bar asking after a man like Percival Walker. Raises questions. What do you want with him? Hadrian? A woman named Hadrian sent you, a member of the Vanguard, to find Percival? Now, if that tag's a forgery, it's a damn good one. All right, Captain. If you are who you say, Supra et Ultra. Vanguard motto. What's it mean? Should have gotten that during your oath. I see. And tell me, what grade was it you got on your entrance exam? A? C? D+? That is right. All right, Captain. Maybe you are who you say you are. But look, even if I decided I was going to help you get in contact with Dr. Walker, Percival made himself scarce for a reason. His debt to the Trade Authority. But if someone resolved that debt, well, Percival wouldn't have to hide anymore. Can bet that person would make a friend out of Percival, and the rest of us devils. And I'm always inclined to help a friend. That's good to hear. Now, you want my opinion? Most straightforward way to take care of this debt would be to just saunter up to the Authority and pay him direct, if you've got credits to throw away. Of course, rumor is the Trade Authority keeps all their records and collections files on a central server inside their storeroom. If someone was to break in there and adjust Percival's debt to something a little more reasonable, say a few hundred credits, I'd be happy to cover the costs.
Sure. We can help you commit a petty crime to secure your professional support.
But, one friend of Hadrian's to another, Sidonia's full of old utility spaces. Wouldn't be surprised if there was one that let out right into the Authority storeroom. Say, with an entrance behind the bar at the Broken Spear. Ooh, and you might need these. Now, what say you get out there and help Dr. Walker?
Hey, you! Maybe Hadrian's friend. Come here. Heard you talking with Lou, so you're going to help Dr. Walker? Oh, good, good. Percival's a good guy. Listen, I know how you can do it without having to resort to any B&E. Aqueous hematite. Mars is full of it. People think it's just garbage, but Percival and I, we've been working on some projects in the deep mines. At least when he wasn't slaving away at his Trade Authority contract. But we stumbled on a way to make it useful and profitable. You give our research over to Octai at the Trade Authority, it should more than cover Percival's debt. That guy's always looking for an angle. Yeah, it does. It would be. There's just one issue.
There always is.
We were never able to finish the research. Spacers moved in and ran us out. Started setting up shop.
Here comes the but.
But if you can clear them out, I can walk you through how to finish the research. Then you can give it over to the Trade Authority. They'll get folks working in the deep mines again. Jobs come back, I become a modern-day folk hero. Then I don't have to sleep on an inflated spacesuit anymore.
How selfless.
Great, great. So access to the deep mines can be found outside the city. It's not far. Shouldn't even need to hop back in your ship. We'd set up right near the main drill. Taking out the spacer leader should get the message across to the rest of them to buzz off. Once you've managed that, phone up here on the comms panel, and I can walk you through finishing the research.
Alright, so we got a bit of a hike ahead of us then.
Keep our children safe. Keep them out of harm's way. Thank you from the Sidonia Department of Labor.
If you're gonna use the elevators or stairs to reach the other...
Me? You
And of course, we're going to have to walk all the way over there in a sandstorm. Wow, you really can't see very far at all with the sandstorm, actually. How's the protection regen happening back there? That's weird. Yeah, I knew that was coming. I don't even think I have anything on me. We'll have to wait till we get back to the ship to fix that. Oh, and it's just getting worse by the minute. What a great time to have to walk all the way over there. Can't even see him with all this sand. Ooh, nice. We didn't have a lawgiver yet. Let's see. I can never remember like what number these are set to, because again, I'm used to the Xbox system where it's like you just hold the button to bring up the wheel.
Ha! I'd run too. I mean, come back. Got you. On. Nothing.
Now we just gotta find our way through this maze.
We should absolutely expect to see more species in the mines. No doubt about it.
No. I'm sure there's no more down here. Oh, nice. We had an injector. Now we don't have to deal with that cough anymore.
Sure. I've got some time to kill. Please. I've done this 1,000 times. Hey, hello.
Well, I didn't mean to fall all the way down here, but oh well.
You aren't ready for this, but I am.
Really, because I still see red dots on our map, so I'm not so sure that that was all of them. You good, Barrett? You don't look so good. I love how they all have lawgivers. I'm getting plenty of ammo for it. Which is nice, because I think it might be my strongest gun now.
You picked the wrong fight.
Looks like the living quarters are up ahead. Be packed with spacers. Mark my words. May as well, right?
I love how they talk tough, pick the wrong fight, and then like, boom, you done.
Time to shine. wagon!
I tend to prioritize the physical protection with the armor that I pick up. The other stuff's obviously great, but I feel like the physical protection just gives you the best overall protection.
The mark's mine.
Might have already had that Chunks employee handbook one, actually. But we'll just check. I'm sure that there's someone who will buy it still. See, I always get nervous because, like, this contraband and it's worth some money, but I have a tendency to forget that I've picked those things up, and then I jump into populated systems and get in trouble. If it was something higher value, I'd pick it up anyway, but those pamphlets are only worth 1,500 credits, so it just seems like it's not really worth the risk. That's the ore that we're gonna need when we get down there. I just gotta remember what I set my mining laser to here. I can never seem to remember. That's why I can never remember, because it's one of the brackets, which I forget are even hotkeys. I don't think I've ever actually used that stuff other than for the quest, so maybe I'll check it out this time through and see what that substance you can make does. Come on, poke your head out.
I'm fine. Oh, I love this part. I've done this 1,000 times. Find anything? Worth selling?
Alright, that was definitely a helmet upgrade.
Or using?
Rude. Alright, was that all of them? I think that might have actually been all of them. Wow.
Hello? Oh, took care of the spacers, huh? Oh, good. Now to finish off the research, you're gonna need to collect a sample of hematite to run through the thresher. Grab a laser cutter and head back to the chamber where you came in. Once you've got a sample, Thresher's the big machine in the next room. Passcode to start it is Ares 2330. Take care of all that, and we'll have Percival's name cleared in no time.
Well, we already grabbed the sample, so now we just gotta process it.
All set? Good. You can take the elevator in that room back to the surface. There should be a key stashed in the Thresher room, if the spacers didn't make off with it. I'll be waiting at the circle.
Alright, now we need to go back to Sidonia, which is where? Right there. Wow.
Mitch keeps asking if I can help him out with something.
They haven't had an incident in a whole 11 hours.
Almost break time. Come on.
Let's keep it that way.
You've got the slate. Let me see. Reduced joint wear? Oh, increased lifting capacity. A dose of this stuff could make O'Biner way more efficient. This formula's gotta be worth at least as much as whatever Percival owes. Okay, so here's what you do. Tell Octai and the Trade Authority you found a business proposal that will make miners more efficient, higher yield, synergy, you know, all that business crap. And that you'll trade it to him for clearing Percival's debt. You good at doing pitches and stuff like that?
Not really.
Oh, this is gonna be great. Oh, and here, a copy of the formula for yourself, in case you ever want to try maximizing your own industrial output. Oh, use that if you can. Good luck.
Alright, now we gotta go back up and talk to the Trade Authority.
Was there something else? I'm never one to turn away an opportunity, but I'd be curious what you think you've uncovered in the Martian market that others have missed.
Aqueous hematite, iron and wastewater. Well, I'm not surprised no one has proposed something like this before.
And exactly what does this new drug of yours do? An interesting proposal, if your data pans out. But where's this hematite coming from? The active mines would be too expensive to retool. The deep mines could be an option, but they're full of spacers, or so I've heard. Well now, that is intriguing. A completely untapped resource pool, and the sort of utility every mining firm in Sidonia would be clamoring to get their hands on. We could contract out all the actual lab work, bring on one of the hungrier mining concerns for materials, the licensing fees alone. And think what it would do for our image with the general populace. This mine, reopened, thanks to the Martian Trade Authority. Very interesting indeed. And what do you want for the rights to this drug?
Dr. Walker's dead? That's it? Consider it wiped.
Well, it seems we have a deal then. And here, a finder's fee from the Authority. A perfectly reasonable amount for a discovery with this sort of potential. Wouldn't want you feeling shortchanged down the road. We'll just be taking that slate before you have any second thoughts. It was a pleasure doing business with you.
Alright. Now let's go see if they'll tell us where Percival's hiding now.
Hey, you looking for anything in particular?
Thank you from the Sidonia Department of Public.
Yeah? Did you now? Fine work. My end of the bargain then, I suppose. He's holed up in the old Red Devil's HQ. Place was sealed up tight after the UC shuttered our unit, but we snuck him in the back entrance through the deep mines. Was also going to warn you about spacers down there. But it sounds like you might have already tossed those tricks. Here, the passkey. And I'll let him know there's someone he owes thank you on their way down.
Alrighty, that is where we're going to leave it for this episode. In the next episode, we'll go talk to Percival and go from there. Probably do the next mission for the Vanguard as well, which I believe is going to be back at New Atlantis. So please like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll hope to see you next time.